What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy with JMed's Brick Clicks. I've got all but one of the modulars, these modular buildings here, and I've run out of room, so I need to get creative. I just got the new one built that just came out in January of 2025, the Tudor Corner one. I'll show you that in just a second. But we just had a nice little hailstorm, and it wasn't very large, maybe just marble size, maybe just tiny, a little bit bigger than that. So I'll show you just a little bit of what I captured on our back deck. So luckily, nothing big enough to do any damage to the cars or anything, roof, no chips in the paint or any dents in the guttering. So we got lucky there, but still big enough to get your attention, that's for sure. So here's our new modular building. We just got done. Got our chimney sweep up on the top. I got all the, I think it came with 5 or 6 minifigs. They're all inside so I don't lose them. There's the side view. We get a few printed pieces, which is kind of neat. The old guarded in, that nice clock. The roof line by far is the best part for me. I just love how this is done. I'm gonna try to use this for some future build ideas. Just try to get it the exact pitch on that steepness. And yeah, I really like how those gable ends turned out. So anyway, these right here are the modulars that don't fit in my city. So I just lined them up, and yeah, I added flag poles on the top using those candlesticks, and yeah, just that piece right there to stick them in there just to give it a little bit more height. I mean, it's already one of the taller modular buildings, but yeah, just to give it something else. And that little sign there, whatever, just to let people know what it is from a distance, because when you put this in your city, you may not know it's a police station when this sign's way down here and you're looking at it from across the room. So we've got that one. We've got our apartments, which I know they're not the greatest, but I do like the bay windows. That's really nice. And then that textured look to make it look like shingles or some kind of decorative shingle. I do like that. Now you can see we've got smaller little gable ends and dormer windows here, but it's, yeah, it doesn't compare to that. So anyway, yeah, they're nice little buildings, just a nice addition to any city. And if you bought multiples of these, yeah, they go anywhere. And being independent, you know, just half base plates, you can kind of just plug and fill holes if that's all the space that you have. You don't have to put these two beside each other. Then we got this. I love the color combo, the sand green, kind of for that copper patinaed look. Looks really good. Always like having skylights. And at the bottom, the little cart for the cafe corner cart reference. And yeah, before you say anything, I know these two didn't come in a set. They're two separate sets. So just make that point. All right, what else do we have? We come over here. Yeah, I took the bull out since it's not the year of the bull anymore. And I had my mini Avengers Tower here just to put in there. There's no real place for this either. I know a lot of people have taken this out of their city because it's a great set, but there's no room for it. And I think more so because of the height. Everything else has height. 3 stories, 2+ stories. And then you just have this like low area. And I think that's why a lot of people are taking it out, because they just rather put in the modular buildings or their own custom build, because they want the height. They want that building look. They don't want parks. So I don't know. Have you done that? I mean, I've seen at least a dozen people on YouTube take this out of their city because they've run out of room, just like me. All right. Oh, Then the backdrop, just so you see it. I know I put this in every video at the very end, but if you don't stay to the end, I guess you don't see it. So just a little thing I made. So that's the modular lineup. I'm really wanting to put this in the city. The issue is it's a corner building, but it's a certain corner building. Like, it can only be displayed in really 2 areas. So what I mean by that, okay, you have road and road. So right side and front, which is totally different than the last modular building, corner building that we got, which is the boutique hotel that's front and left corner building. Nobody really ever mentions that. And no, you can't turn them. No, that does not work. I'll show you. Okay, here in my city, cafe corner, front and left, just like boutique hotel. Now, if I try to put that other Tudor Corner, the brand new one, the alleyway is going to go right down through there, and I'm going to have an in there. Turn it, it's not going to work. Turn it the other way, it's not going to work. So I've got these 4 modulars here. You can see the overtop view. Now, Tudor Corner would fit there, or it would fit on the flip side. Now, I don't really want to move any of these, and that's because they all fit flush against each other, other than this one alleyway that, oh, I just realized I forgot. That's where I put the bowl. So you can see the alleyway, it's back there, but it's flush against this side. And then we just have this one access point to access all the modulars down that one little hole. Now, yeah, I know this isn't one of the official however many modulars, but it's still a modular building. That's why it's in the city. And you can see corner building. I don't want to mess with these 4. So that leaves Brick Bank, which would compare. I mean, you can see the Tudor Corner way over there. That would match up perfect. And that might be the solution for now. Only because this is another future project. Yeah, those are all supposed to be white. Not tan. Like this, that is tan. So, for some reason, under the sun, which has not been in the sun, because I have no windows in this room, and the one curtain has blackout curtains plus a shade. Yeah, there's no light getting in here. So this just colored by itself. Unlike the one set that everybody seems to have a problem with, the NASA, the Apollo rocket, mine's still bright white. And I know people have had this problem with this thing turning white, and they've never had theirs in the sun. Mine never turned white for this, but my brick bank is, I probably need to buy about $40 in parts to fix it to make it white again. All right, let's see. Yeah, even on the back, you can see the color difference. So yeah, that looks like some of the parts whitened, some of them didn't. That is so weird. So I'm gonna have to do that. The good thing is I can do it floor by floor since it's a modular, and that might be the way to go, and there's really only 2 floors to that. So I probably have half the parts in stock. I just got to dig them out of my parts bins. But anyway, back to our modulars. That row's kind of set. I mean, the only thing to take out is the pet shop, which I don't really want to do because it's kind of just there. And it's only one of the halves, which when I look over there, it wouldn't give me that much more space. The other option, and no, I don't want to put them back on the shelves. You can see the empty shelves where they came from. The other option is to come way up here and take out these boxes. The only reason I have them is for display. Now those 2 boxes, they're staying. The airport shuttle box, yeah, it's worth, what, $40, $50 by itself. So it's staying. And it's 30 what, 35 years old. The other one is my favorite set of all time, the Nintendo set that I bought online while my wife's in the hospital hours before my son was born. August 1st, 2020. So yeah, that box is staying, just like it has its own special display with all the Nintendo stuff. And I still have my original Nintendo, so it means more to me than others. These two boxes, I think I'm going to get rid of them. But I'm not just going to trash the whole box. I'm going to cut the front out and just have the front artwork and then push it up against the back wall. And I'd put some command strips or something there just for the backdrop. And then I'll have at least enough to put 4 modulars up there, which, oddly enough, so that's what I got. It's 4 modulars, not counting the little spring lantern festival garden. So that might be what we end up doing. Figure out somewhere to put that, trade it out, and put these up there and maybe rotate them around. The other place I could put this is over here, right where the jazz club is. Now, I have a little cliff that I built in here beside the Haunted Mansion drop ride. And honestly, that works. You have that lattice work with little flowers on it. Kind of works like a wall barrier. This works, but I'm still indecisive. There's no real point. This is the other issue. There's no real point to put a sidewalk going to the back because there's nothing back here. It's just open space. And I have cliff, but then all we have under here, that's just my underground parking garage, which I only have 2 cars. Yeah, 2 cars in here for this underground parking area. Biggest thing was add a parking area, add some cliffs on the front, and then I get this elevated area that gives me a reason to add the train station for the monorail and not have to put stairway steps all the way down, because you can see how high it's elevated because it's elevated over the train. So it's like the more and more I build, the more and more I lock stuff in permanently because I don't have any more space, or it can't be moved for certain issues, one or another, whatever. So that's why. But for temporary purposes, we may move this out. I don't want to take out my Chili's. I know it's the only one that's not the official modular line, but it is a really cool build. I know I'm one of the only few people that have a Chili's in their city. I guess if you live outside of the U.S., you may not. I don't even know if they have Chili's outside of the U.S. But, yeah, it's one of my wife's favorite restaurants. That's why it's in here. We also have Market Street. It could be removed temporarily. The one problem on the back side, though, is I built my parking garage. You can see the archway. We added some sidewalk, and that's how they go through that little area to get out to the front street sidewalk. So, if you have ideas, and you're still watching, thanks for watching. If you have ideas, let me know. I don't really want to add any more tables. I'm not saying I couldn't. I'm not saying I shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't want to right now. Do I have the room? I have a little bit of room that I could do. Some of the alleyways, they're getting a little narrow, but I mean, still wide enough to carry stuff through and not bump into stuff, or have friends over to look around at stuff and have them not have to worry about bumping something off. So kind of, I don't know. I'm in an indecisive point because I don't know what I want to display here and what I may display with those modulars, because I think putting them up there and having that still as the backdrop, just pushing that back and putting them up there, I think that's probably the best thing, because when I film from this angle, if I just film like that, at least you're going to see them. I know some people are the completionists, the perfectionists, the people, oh, well, you don't have this or that. Well, I have the modulars, Yep, there's the rest of them up there kind of idea, because I know that's something that somebody's going to point out in the video. Well, you only have a couple. Well, no, not really. So just to avoid that one comment, but who knows? Maybe I just want the comments anyway. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm wasting your time at this point. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any ideas, and we'll see you in the next video.